We had hundreds of thousands of customers over the years, and it got me thinking. On Amazon, we mostly like to get the click, make a sale, make some profit, and move on to the next person. What I'm about to show you completely changed the way I look at the Amazon business. This is one of the lessons I wish I learned sooner because it can completely change the rules of the Amazon game. This video is about one of the biggest competitive advantages on Amazon, so let's dive in. So as we know, the Amazon FBA game looks something like this. We get traffic on Amazon, either organic or paid with PPC. We drive traffic to our listing where we want to convert the traffic and make a sale. And once we do that, we are pretty much done and we want to repeat the process. And this is the model for most sellers, and it was the same for us. We are essentially able to profitably acquire customers. We can turn strangers into customers in like 2 minutes and do it all profitably. And this is not very common outside the Amazon game. But the truth is that we don't really acquire the customer, right? Because it's Amazon's customer. So if we look at it from a different perspective, we have sessions, we try to convert them, make some profit, and use that profit to pay for PPC to get even more sessions. And this can start to feel like a treadmill because we repeat the process over and over again. And the question is there anything that compounds? And the answer is yes, a few things. First of all, reviews and our rank. But the thing is that we want assets that compound. We want as many assets that compound as possible. So we have time on our side. And if we change the perspective, we see this. As we see our products as a gate, and we have a customer where we pay money to attract the customer to our gate. And we will collect money so the customers can walk through the gate. And the issue is that we just let them leave. So what if we would send them somewhere where they can stay and we can later interact with them again? Then obviously, even if not everyone would go there, it would still compound over time. And the thing is that getting them to walk through the gate and collect the money is the hardest part. Because establishing the trust with the potential customer to get them to buy our product is simply the hardest part. But Amazon makes it easy. So let's change the way we look at our customers. Instead of seeing our customer as someone who just gave us money in exchange for a product, let's see them as someone who trusts our brand. Section 2. The truth is that customers want to solve a problem. So they decide to buy a product. And usually this is not the end for them. They are likely going through some kind of a transformation. They are on a journey. I already explained this in my other videos, but the best way to look at this is that the customer is a hero on a journey and our brand should be positioned as a guide. And the thing is that usually in stories, the guide does not leave after the first interaction. The guide supports the hero along the way. So we can see the hero on their journey and we have the brand positioned as a guide interacting with the hero along their journey. And the thing is that the sale is just the first interaction. So the goal is to understand their journey first, so we can then figure out how to support them. And here we want to think about the value first. We want to think deeply what can be truly useful to them. And we want to forget about our business for a while. And we can map out all of the angles, what they could need along their journey and how we could support them. And this is where most sellers fail. Because first of all, most sellers position their brand as the hero. And even if they don't do it, they always put their business first. Like, how can I make the interaction valuable for my business? Rather than thinking about the customer first, how they can provide value to the customer. So let me share a quick example. We will talk about a painting niche. I personally don't paint, so if I say something wrong, please don't hate me. But let's say we are selling a beginner's painting kit for adults. And the segment of customers we are targeting is someone who is about to start and eventually, let's say, wants to make a little bit of money on the side selling their paintings. So they can essentially want to become an artist with a side hustle, with maybe potentially doing that full time. So they are on a journey from beginner to pro, and that's the transformation I'm going to talk about. So from a hobby to essentially a professional artist that can make money selling their artwork. Let's think about the value, what they could need along their journey. They will definitely need more products. let's say they will need these one-time purchases like a canvas stand, art storage rack, and stuff like that. But they will also have to buy products on an ongoing basis: canvases, paint sets, brushes, and so on. They'll probably also need a roadmap. If they are starting, they have no idea where to start, how to learn, right? So they'll probably could use something to guide them through the initial steps. And later, they'll probably want to know how to get better, to explore different techniques, and so on. And they could also use a community of other people striving to become artists for inspiration, to see their work, but to also get feedback so they can share their work and hear other people commenting on that, so they can get better, so they can hear the feedback. And also a little bit of accountability, right? So they can see that other people are making progress, other people are sharing their work. So maybe this will hold them accountable so they can actually finish a painting once a week, once a month, and so on. And eventually, when they'll want to start making some money, they could also use some exposure, right? So people know about their work so they can connect with a potential buyer. And there's definitely more than that. I spent 10 minutes thinking about this stuff, and I don't know the customer avatar. But if you do, you will be able to think about so much more. And obviously the question is, can we provide that as the brand? So let's think how we could provide this to our customers. How we can package all of this so they receive the value and the support they need along their journey. First of all, we should have all of the relevant product lines, the canvases, the canvas stands, and stuff like that. We could also have a free community on Facebook so they can join, interact with each other, share their work, get some feedback, and so on. We could also have an email newsletter where we could share tips and tricks and guides and recommendations. And we could also have an Instagram where we could share the work of our customers. And our goal here is to create a flywheel effect, which essentially means that the size of the group, size of the community actually increases the value for all members. Because overall, we want to maximize the value for our customers, but we also want to minimize the effort on our end because we still have a business to run, we still have products to launch. So we want to minimize the effort on our end. So we will incentivize members to participate, right? If you would have 100 people in our group, there probably won't be many interactions. But once we have 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000, and we incentivize them to participate, all of the value in the group is created by other members. So let's say we can offer a free product to the most active members of our community, or of the most popular painting someone shared. He got most likes this week, so he will get a free product from us, right? We will incentivize them to participate. And as I said, if they create the value, we can then redistribute the value to other channels. So if people are showing their work in our Facebook community, we can then repost that on Instagram, with their permission, of course. And if there are people sharing valuable lessons and tips and tricks and what they've learned in our Facebook community, we can then send it as a newsletter to our email list. So the effort on our end is going down as the group grows. And still we are essentially creating this win-win situation where everyone benefits from the value that people are creating. And the second part of the flywheel effect looks like this. We have the traffic, we make a sale, we send people to our Instagram account, they will join our community, then they will join our newsletter. But the thing is that our Instagram gets bigger. And as our community on Facebook gets bigger, people will start joining these communities and liking and following the Instagram account. People outside of the brand, people who've never seen our brand before, right? They will search for groups for artists, for painters on Facebook, and they will find the group, so they will decide to join. And the same with Instagram. They will be looking for tips and tricks for painters, and they will find our Instagram account. And what we can then do is that as the Instagram and the community grows, we can then send them back to our listings to turn them into customers. So not only that everyone who is a customer can potentially join our Instagram, our community, and so on, we also have people from the outside joining the Instagram, joining the community, and we can then turn them into customers. So that is the flywheel effect, that the size of the group really increases the value for our business as well, and for the customers that are part of the community. So we deliver more value and our business starts to compound. And the possibilities to serve our customers become endless. So section 3, monetization. Before we talk about monetization, we have to understand that we already get tons of value without even asking for money. First of all, we will clarify the customer avatar. We will understand their struggles and their goals because we will see the interactions within the group and we will be able to talk to them directly to understand what they like, what they don't like. And this will help us to optimize our listings in a way that no one could do that without actually having access to this community, right? We will get product ideas. Because obviously we will launch with 3, 4, 5 products maybe, but we will see what they want, what they need, and we will be able to give it to them. And we can even make the products better because we can ask them about their preferences before we even launch the product. So make sure you add this value on top of everything I'm about to show you. Our objective in monetization is to maximize the lifetime value of each customer. Because for most sellers, the lifetime value of a customer is a single purchase. Most customers probably won't return back on Amazon to buy from your brand ever again. If they do, that's great, but most of the times it's probably not the case. And we will maximize the lifetime value of a single customer using a funnel like this. At the top of the funnel, we will have our entry products, something like a beginner's kit. That's a product that someone at the start of their journey needs and someone will buy that. That's how we know that he is now on that journey because he purchased this particular product. That's an entry product. Then there will probably be some subscription products. If they actually start the journey, they will need some products on an ongoing basis. Paints, canvases, and stuff like that. Then they will eventually need some high-ticket products. Let's say a canvas stand. That's a one-time purchase, but it's a higher-ticket product. And they may also need a digital product, a roadmap that would help them to make the transition, to guide them through the transition, to give them ideas and to teach them how to do that, right? So it can be like a simple course, painting for beginners, 6-week program to get them started. And obviously, you don't have to create that program. If you are an artist, that's perfect. You can create it yourself. But if you are not, there are many people that could create this training for you. And lastly, we would have an ambassador program. And the ambassador program is all about rising stars in our community. If we have the Facebook community and we see people that are interacting more than anyone else, they are sharing their work, they are sharing some tips and what they've learned, and they are sharing their journey, we can also notice that a few of these people will already have following on their social media, right? They are painting pictures, so they will share that on their social media. And if we have 1,000, 2,000 people in our community, it is likely that like 10 people in this community will have a growing following. So we want to interact with these rising stars and offer them this ambassador program. Once again, little effort on our end, but it can drive the growth of our brand a lot, right? If someone has 2,000, 3,000 followers, it is likely that in 6 months they may have 5, 6. And if you have 10 or 20 people like that, that's a lot of exposure for your brand. So we would offer them a generous affiliate program so they can get some of our profits if they send traffic our way. And we can also sponsor them, right? We can give them free products. We can give them paints every single month on an ongoing basis for free as a sponsorship because we want to establish the relationship before they get big. And of course, we will incentivize them to drive traffic to our listings, to our community, to our Instagram. So once again, we have more traffic sources that will drive traffic to our communities, Instagram, and we can then use it to sell even more stuff. Obviously, there is one important rule. Once again, it's not about us, it's about the customer. So it's not that we would be selling stuff on every single interaction. Most of the time, we should provide value. And just every now and then, we can ask for something, which means that we would try to sell them something. And here are a few important tips. You can give your community great discounts since you are not paying for PPC to get the sale. You probably know how much money you are paying on PPC to get a sale. So you can give a similar discount to all of your members within the community. Because if they decide to buy a product from you, you are no longer paying for the PPC, so you can give them a discount. So basically, you are not paying the money to Amazon, you are giving the value back to our customers, which is creating a win-win situation. And you can also use affiliate links for products you don't plan to sell, because there will definitely be some products that your customers need, but you are not willing to sell them for whatever reason. And if you are not willing to sell them, you can simply buy these products, review them, and share affiliate links to your community. So now you are getting a profit share from products that you otherwise wouldn't sell at all. And all of this may sound like a lot of work, and obviously it is to set this all up. But once you set this up, you can simply hire a community manager to take this off your plate completely. And they can do this 5 to 10 hours per week, and that's pretty much it. And as I said, it is hard and it takes definitely more than a year to see good results. And that is why this can probably be your biggest competitive advantage on Amazon, because no one will do that. Most sellers are simply not willing to put in the work. They are not willing to wait a year to see results from their efforts. So the next time you develop a new product, you differentiate it, you make it better. It will take someone like 3 months to copy you. But if you build this, it will take maybe a year to take off to see the results. But if someone will notice what you are doing, they simply won't be willing to copy you because it will take them so much time to do that they will probably just move on. Section 4, changing the rules of the game. And this is my favorite part. And this is where it all really comes together. And this is where you truly understand the advantage of this. Because now it's not profit per unit that matters. It's the lifetime value of a customer. And the lifetime value is created in this funnel. So we are maximizing the value we get per customer on average. And obviously not everyone will buy all of these products, but the ones that do will increase the average value per customer. And while most sellers have to make money on every single product they sell, otherwise it doesn't make much sense to them, we don't have to. Because if we can make money on the back end, we don't have to make money on the front end. Now the entry product is our front end that can serve as an entry point into the funnel, which means that we can essentially lose money on those entry products because we know that some of the buyers and customers will go through the funnel and we will make our money there, which means that we can sell those entry products incredibly cheap. And as you know, if something is cheap, usually it attracts more buyers, it is easier to rank it, and if it's ranked, you are getting even more buyers, which is feeding even more people into your funnel. Obviously, the numbers have to make sense. You have to understand what the LTV of your customer is. Once you change the rules like this, your competitors simply won't have the idea how you are able to sell these products for such low prices. Because based on their calculations, you are losing $10 per every single unit you sell. So why do you sell them? Because they have no idea that you make $30 on the back end and it's actually profitable for you to acquire the customers this way. And the best thing is that new sellers won't even bother to enter the market because they won't be able to make the numbers work. They will look at your products and they will look at the suppliers and the potential costs, and they simply won't be able to make it work. So they will probably move on to a different niche. And the thing is, as long as the LTV of your customers makes sense, you can basically give away your entry products for free as long as you make the money on the back end. So do you think that this would increase the value of your business in the eyes of the potential buyer like 2, 3, 4 years from now? So I would recommend to think twice before you let your customers walk away. Most people are looking for their competitive advantage, and this could be it. But as we all know, it all starts with a great product. And I have a video where I show you the exact method I use to develop multiple Amazon bestsellers. So make sure to check out this video linked here. Well, and that's pretty much it. So see you next week.